Hi, I'm Claire from clairekerslake.com. I wanted to pop in and do a quick video on some myths and facts that you might surprise you. The first myth I want to talk about is that the fact that we believe that we need to be strict with ourselves to make those healthy habits stick. The only way that we're going to do and follow through on what we said we're going to do is if we're really strict with ourselves. In fact, that's not true. We're in fact much more likely to have those healthy habits stick if we use self-compassion. So we tend to be more motivated, we tend to try again, and we know all about, and I've talked lots about the fact that creating healthy habits is all about trial and error. If we're strict with ourselves and mean, we're much more likely to give up, much less likely to follow through. So self-compassion rather than being mean to ourselves is much better. The second myth I want to talk about is that a reason for exercise. So a lot of people think, okay, getting healthy is a great reason to exercise. And this time of year, at the start of the year, often many of us want to get healthier. So we think, okay, this is a really good reason for me to start exercising. When in fact the research tells us that if that's your reason for exercising, you're much more likely to give up and not follow through. A much better reason is to find something you enjoy. Or you might, if you're like me and not a natural exercise lover, you might need to pair it with something that you find enjoyable. So for me, that might be listening to podcasts. It might be, for instance, we've bought a bikes this year, and I just love being on the bike. So I've just with experimenting found something to enjoy. So myth number 2, getting healthy is not a good reason for exercise, but finding something you enjoy doing, much better reason. You're much more likely to follow through on that. The third myth might surprise you as well. We're all aware in fast food establishments, they often have a healthy food menu now, so much healthier choices. Now, the psychology around the decisions that we make shows us really clearly the research that we're much more likely to make an unhealthy choice when there's healthier items on the menu. It sounds really strange, but in fact that's what happens and is replicated in all of the experiments. Quite unconscious, and it seems that inside we sort of feel good just even looking at the healthy options and are more likely to make an unhealthier choice. So how do we manage this? So one way might be to set some rules up around the choices that we make when we go into those establishments. It might be better if you can avoid them altogether, but we can't always do that. So maybe set up a rule, okay, I just will not be making those unhealthy choices. Or have a think about, that awareness is good. Sometimes it's not enough though, but just be mindful that's the natural tendency. So once again, we've talked about 3 myths. They are much better to be the reality is it's much better to be self-compassionate rather than mean to yourself when you're creating healthy habits. Number 2 is that the myth is that getting healthy is a great reason to exercise. It's not. Find something that you enjoy instead. Myth number 3 is having those healthy choices on the menus is good. It's not. And you're actually more likely to make the unhealthy choice. So there you have it. Thought you'd be surprised by this. Been lovely chatting, and I'll talk soon. Bye for now.